Ryan Jenkins, head coach at UT Martin, sixth season with the Skyhawks. Team was picked seventh in the preseason poll. Coach, just general thoughts heading into this season. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we're all, everybody in college baseball is excited. We're a week away from opening day. For us, there's a lot of excitement in our clubhouse. We brought in, we've got 18 new faces in there, and through the recruiting process, you do everything you can to make sure guys have great character and they have the expectation to win and get better. But you never know. But we could tell pretty early on in the fall that these guys had meshed, and the brotherhood's there. And for me, the excitement is the team chemistry and the way the guys have gone about their business, and the relationship that those guys have with each other, I think, is going to pay dividends for us.
How do you handle that each year when you have newcomers? And these days, maybe there's more newcomers than maybe you're used to. How do you use that fall to blend people and make sure they're getting along and to produce the best results on the field?
I mean, I think that there's a lot of different things. I think that there's some stress involved in the fall, with workouts. We try to push them hard and make sure that those guys have, kind of been put through the paces a little bit. And, you put guys in tough situations together, and, they're either going to come together as teammates and as brothers, or they're going to kind of fold. And, for us, the group that we have in there really came together, and, you're excited about how they push each other, how they hold each other accountable. But every year it's difficult. You bring in so many new pieces, and that's kind of the way the game's going. And that's certainly how our club has been shaping up. We have to replace a lot of, pieces each year. And, you do the best you can and hope that those guys, kind of gel and everything goes well in the locker room.
What would you say one strength of the Skyhawks would be this year?
I think, for us, it's just the pitching depth that we have. We've done a good job of replacing some pieces, and guys are healthy. Last year, we struggled with so many injuries, and really putting guys in the right roles. I think that we've got some guys that certainly are, more of a starting guy, more of that's their role. That's what they do. We've got some older guys, some experienced guys on the mound, and, the way the pieces fit right now, for me, that's exciting to be able to go out. And this will be the first year where we kind of feel, pretty confident. Things always change as we get into the game. I'm certain that with the starting rotation we start out with next weekend in Belmont will be totally different. But it seems like it's kind of solidified itself through the fall and then early spring, what we're going to do on a weekend. So that's kind of the first time that we've really had that since I've been here.
Eric, if I say this wrong, sorry. Steensma was a preseason All-OVC pick, so he didn't play last year, but had the injury. So what's it like to get a player like that back who's familiar, who is coming back, but will give you that depth and you talked about?
Yeah, Steensma did a great job. He had an injury 2 years ago. Missed last season's done extremely well with his rehab. Everything that he's done to get himself back, to where he was at before is completely a testament to him and the hard work he's put in. But having him, you know what you're getting. For me, that's always something that is really important. I know what I'm getting out of Steensma. He's going to go out. He's going to throw strikes. He's going to make sure that you have to swing the bat. He throws 3 pitches for strikes, and he had kind of really started to peak when he had the injury. I think at times he lacked a little confidence. He started getting into. We went into Ole Miss. He pitched really well. Pitched SEMO, pitched really well, and then suffered the injury over the summer. I think that he's held on to the confidence that he had right before the injury. I think he's done a good job of, going through the rehab process and taking care of his body. And he's pitched extremely well throughout our fall and throughout our spring. And I'm excited to see him get back on the mound.
So new teams in the OVC this year. Just what are your general thoughts on what we can expect out of the league, top to bottom, just in general?
I don't know. I think that's a hard question to answer, because I look at our own team and we're so different this year. All the coaches throughout the league, they do a great job of recruiting. That they're picking up the best player that they can. I think the transfer portal and some of the things that go on with recruiting now makes it difficult for anybody to go out and say, this is what I think is going to happen. I think we could play hypotheticals, but I don't really know. I know that everybody's going to put a good product on the field. I know with the introduction of the new teams, I know they're going to put good products on the field. I know that they have great facilities and they do a good job. So short answer, I have no idea, but I'm excited to see, and I know that everybody's going to come out with a good product.
Is there that excitement about, new places to go, new rivalries, just new blood overall?
Yeah, always. I mean, the guys love going, to new parks, new parts of the country, seeing new facilities, playing in different ballparks. The guys always love that. And I think we're excited about it too.
Is there somebody maybe on your roster that nobody knows about, but they may end up being one of your top 2 or 3 players at the end of the year without those newcomers?
I think Andrew Fernandez, he's been special since day one. He's going to be a little bit behind. I don't know that he'll play opening weekend, but he will be an everyday guy for us at shortstop. When you lose a player like Casey Hartford, one of your biggest concerns is that we're going to be able to replace our most prolific offensive guy and a guy that played great defense for us. So Andrew Fernandez he's certainly done that, in my opinion. I think he makes you feel a little bit better. Switch hitting shortstop, plays great defense, can really swing the bat, plays hard worker. Really excited about him. And then we've got some other guys, that I think are trending up. Mac Danforth's played really good baseball. Caleb Hobson, Zach Rice, the guys in our outfield, we've got a lot more speed out there, and those guys have played really well. And I think they're all very special players and very talented. So it wouldn't be surprising to me to have 2 or 3 guys that no one had, really heard of that kind of, go out into the spotlight and make themselves a name.
Is there a returning player who you think maybe will take a big leap this year from where they've been in the past?
I think Blaze Bell for sure. I think that, throughout his career, he's made good improvements. I think that he struggled a little bit early last year with some mechanical stuff with his swing. Obviously, he started to get that worked out later in the year in the conference play and had, played great throughout our entire conference. But he's been working really hard. He's matured a lot. Everything that he's been doing has been great. He's been very consistent. That's always been his biggest pitfall is just consistency. But he has been consistent all the way through the fall and all the way through our short spring so far. So I think he's a guy that's returning that's going to make a lot of noise.
Tell us a little bit about your non-conference schedule. You have some regional teams. You got Alabama, who you've beaten before, obviously, too. Just how did you put that together, and what do you expect out of those non-conference games?
Yeah, I mean, we play a lot of baseball. I think that's the biggest thing that stands out. I mean, we play 6 games in the first 6 days. It's something we really haven't done in the past. We Belmont, Kent State, Valparaiso, some of those guys coming in. The other thing about our schedule is this is the most home games we've ever played, which is huge for us. That's always been a struggle for us to try to get home games here. And we've got 25, which is doing really great for us. So I'm excited about that. And our schedule's tough, and we like that. I want to expose the guys to good competition, weekly. I think that makes us better. I think that it gets us, that certainly prepares us more for conference play and what we're going to have to do in the OVC.
Last question, and we'll let you go. We talked about your strengths and some things. What is 1 or 2 things that you think your team needs to maybe improve on or do between next Friday and the conference tournament to be right there in contention for either the regular season or the tournament title?
There's a couple of things. I think, we've got to stay healthy. I think, we talk about depth. We've got to stay healthy. We've got a lot of games early, and we've got to do a good job as coaches of managing that workload and making sure we keep people healthy and have them on the mound at the end of the year. I think we've got to do a good job with some of the ups and downs. I think we've struggled at times. One weekend doesn't define us. So the hard work and all the stuff that the guys have put in, I think is who we are. And they've got to do a good job of understanding that one good weekend or one bad weekend doesn't define us as a team. And then lastly, we've got to do a good job of getting better each day. We're not where we need to be at the end of the year. I hope that we can take every competition, every practice and pull little pieces and be self-aware enough as a team and as individuals to look at ourselves and go, we got to get better at this. And I think if we make small strides throughout the season, I think we'll be in a position that we really are happy about at the end of the season.
Perfect. Well, Coach, thanks for your time this morning, and best of luck to you and the Skyhawks this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.